Kenny from Peyton Machines asked if I wanted to build a half-scale RX7. He's building one as well for Mad Mike Summer Bash that's coming up. This is the one that I've built. So let me show you what I've been up to. Bit of a storm last night. The car's fallen off its hinges. Lucky I didn't put nuts on. Thank goodness I put a cover over the cart because it's got water all over it due to my subpar shedding arrangement. Let's get this sorted out. Electronics seem to be dry, thank goodness. So next thing I want to do is get this rear axle off here. Just some 13mm bolts holding this on that go through the bracket that PCBWay made for me. Disconnect the battery, which I should have done earlier. Into Dad's shed now, which is significantly drier. I wish I could set my go-kart up in here. Time to make some keyways. Since I cut about this much off this axle, this is where the sprocket usually goes. Got a little bit of key hanging out, but I actually want to space this back wheel out a little bit. So it just sticks outside the guard, just a fraction, just so it looks a little bit cooler. And I think that one might actually work how it is. Might just trim the end of the key a little bit, maybe 5mm off the end of it. And then I have to make another keyway here for this sprocket. This is only a plastic one now to test, and PCBWay is currently making another one. Hopefully you see that shortly in this video. Got that key cut down back in there. I might put this key around here just so both of them aren't in line, because this is a hollow tube and I don't want to tear it apart. Right about there. Oh yeah, drilling jig acquired. And look what else happened. Got a package in the mail, hoping this is from PCBWay. Look at that little beauty. My little custom sprocket. Oh, wow, they've done a nice job on that. Is it gonna fit? Oh, perfectly nice and tight. That's what I want. I had to have such a small sprocket because that motor I've got's got a big gear reduction on it, and I'm gonna have to run pretty much a 1-to-1 ratio. Got this made out of steel, so it's nice and strong, and I got it all machined out of one piece. Bit more expensive, but it's worth it. Onto the PCBWay website. We're going to use a different method this time. We're going to click on CNC machining and upload your file. A step file works again for this. Basically step file for everything. Go through and choose your quantity and then what material you want. It gives you a price straight away, but it ended up being a bit more than the price, I guess, because it had a keyway to cut in it and some threaded holes. Then you just hit submit request and they'll go and look at your order, see if there's any problems. If there's any issues, I'll email you about it. Usually they just start making it. Oh, this here on the other hand is too tight. Can't get it on there. come off. I wonder if I cut it off. Nah, I should probably try save it, eh? Well, that did work absolutely great. Got my holes, let's see if they line up. Oh, nothing but perfection. That's what we like to see. I can't be bothered measuring, but let's just quickly check. PCBWay got this perfect too. Why is everything working so good today? So what I still need to make is a little flat spot like this key has here, right here for the bottom of the key. So what I need to carefully do is, not using the grinder, just file that very precisely. Filed to perfection. Can't remember which way this goes on. I was going to get some grub screws to fit in here, but I forgot to order them, so don't know what to do about that. I don't have any the right size. Got this together now. It's pretty heavy, but I'm just real strong. About to put this axle back in, and I found a little friend in here. Oh, there's two little friends. Whoa, little centipedes. Oh yeah. Just trying to line these sprockets up, but it's a bit hard to get in here. PCBWay did a nice job of this sprocket. I don't really want to wreck it, but I'm going to. Oh, that's pretty close. Another 1.5 millimeters will be there. That's about perfect. This is a really nice 428 chain that I got, O-ring chain. I would rather have a non-O-ring chain because it gives you a little bit more power because of less resistance, but this is what I've got, so I've got to use it. So to find the length so I can cut her down. I moved the axle back, I moved the motor back a little bit to do this because I brought 3 different sizes of front sprockets so I can change the gearing up. Going to take out that link there. If you don't have a chain brake, all you do is grind the tops off the chain like that. Then grab one of your dad's screwdrivers or someone else's. O-rings on. Make sure you put the clip in the direction the chain spins. Didn't have exactly the right pliers to do it, but she's on now, a bit loose. What I need to do is make a chain tensioner. How am I going to do that? Got the cardboard aided design going here. I just 3D printed one to see if it'll work. Aren't 3D printers great for this sort of thing? I mean, I could have made this from metal. I did end up making a metal chain tensioner. So that's got that chain nice and tight now. I can just wind this out to tighten it. It pushes against the motor there. Wow, it's about ready for a test, see if it runs. Spins the wheels. Connect the power, bit of a spark here for the steering. Ooh, gives me a fright every time. Connect the controller. Oh. Oh! Got the phaser wires in the wrong way. Oh, what a dummy. The green and blue look very similar to me. Man, that was close. Should be wired properly now. Oh yeah. We got some powers. It doesn't look very fast, but I've got the lowest gear ratio on there at the moment for more torque. Reverse. Should we go for a little drive? Oh. Uh-oh, my steering's gone. Alright, the cart stopped turning left or right, whatever. The potentiometer here is seized up and this is just spinning in it. So it's sort of thinking it's stuck on the end stop all the time. So I don't have another one. I'm going to have to try and fix it maybe. I found out I do have a spare one and I found a little key for it, but I managed to recenter this one and it's working pretty good. So I think a drop of super glue on here is enough to fix it. Let's see. As much as I want to keep playing with this little toy, I better go work on the body, which is way over there, and do some fiberglassing because the weather's great. This is the last piece I put on and then the storm rolled in and just wrecked it, so take it off. When it fell over in the storm it smashed this. I've mostly stuck it all back together though. About to do some sanding. I'm going to put some fiberglass all over here, so I probably should sand this back a bit. A lot of good comments, you got to put the epoxy over top of polyester. You can't put polyester over top of enamel, which is thankfully what I've done. And a lot of comments about safety, PPE, so I've got the gloves and the mask here to keep you guys happy. I suppose I should actually wear them for them to be effective, eh? One big piece across the back here, just try and flatten it out a little bit, and it'll need a lot of body filler. Got my brother Stevens now helping me. He's actually done a bit of fiberglassing. I'm rough as. This is the piece I just did. Should be pretty strong. I grabbed this by the spoiler to lift it up, so that'll make it a lot stronger. I'm just soldering this broken crash damage back together from the when it fell over in the wind and got wrecked. We need to put a piece across here. What do you think about my fiberglassing skills, Stephen?
This is bad fiberglassing skills.
Real bad?
It's pretty bad. There's air bubbles everywhere.
It's alright, the rest of it does too.
There's no sanding, there's sticks.
Sticks?
There's sticks and dirt on
bugs.
That I'm fiberglassing over.
That's alright. Oh man, this is hard as. I might have to cut this with a grinder. Yeah, it ain't gonna cut anything. That mat is real strong, eh?
That mat will be strong as.
Now we got Stephen doing all of the fiberglassing. I've just gone through and cut all the cloth up into like 100 by 100 mil squares, and he's just grabbing them and sticking them on. Just because there's so many curves on this car body, it's hard to get them right.
Saving me a lot of sanding here, Stephen.
Alright, go swing. Oh. Oh, must have run out and it just got stuck on. That's dangerous. That's it, go. Oh, the plug come undone.
You just plug it straight up.
The battery bracket broke. It's only tacked on there. And then it unplugged itself, luckily. Just got to limp it back. Got a tie down strap on there. Do the throttle, Stephen? Yeah, see the motor's spinning now and the drive gear's sheared the little key off. So I need to get that part printed by PCBWay, but man, I hope it makes it here in time. Well, the jigsaw's got some issues, but I've got this aluminium cutting disc on the angle grinder. It works a treat. A little bit dangerous when it grabs, but not too bad. So I'm making this out of plywood. I would normally make something like this out of aluminium, but I just don't have the facilities. So yeah, that should be a strong base, and I've got some really thin plywood I can screw inside there. Hopefully it works. So I'm liking the starting of my seat so far. It just plops into place, just great. And I'm probably going to extend the sides out, curve them up a bit. I've bolted the brakes on. I need to sort out some sort of a handbrake, so kind of like a lever here that I can pull and it will push on this or something. I'm going to find an easy way to mount this. Just working on the back brake here. That will go in there and push on that, and I can mount the back brake back here in the old bracket. The reason I'm not having a foot brake is because my feet are going to be way further forward and it's going to be awkward to reach it. So the handbrake is different. The handbrake is probably better, and it's got that cool factor of yanking on the handbrake, you know. Okay, quiet duck. Time for a little bit of body filler. I mean a lot of body filler. So slowly getting there. This part here actually didn't sand up too bad. This side here is the worst part. It's all ripply through here, so I don't know how good I'm going to be able to get it with the time frame. But let's work on the mechanical stuff for a bit more. I 3D printed this piece way more solid with way more layer lines because this one's broken. It holds the steering motor, so now I need to take all this apart and replace it. Almost got it back together. Just a minor mishap. Just a little setback of many. We got steering back. All right. Oh no. Already broken it. Chipped the tooth. The end stop's not working. Body's on. How cool is that, man? Problem is it does not steer at all. I need to narrow the front up. The wheels are just hitting, but getting close. Really cool. I've got some perspex over here as well for the windows, and I need to do that shortly just to hold the body straighter because it's pretty distorted on this back side here. You can see how far out this wheel is. This body needs to stretch out a bit. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.